Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 40. It is called Skeletons in the Closet. We have been waiting for I have been waiting for Love After Lockup to come back, okay? It is my favorite show. It is the one I love reviewing, so we're gonna jump right into it, y'all, okay? First, we got Angela and Tony, okay? And so, the scene opens up. We got Angela, she's videotaping herself, with her phone or whatever. Hey, she shows us like a little fire. Hey, it's me, Angela. I'm just so tired of this. Tony done goofed. Tony done goofed. He done messed up. I done found everything. I found everything, and I'm just so tired, Tony. I have the stuff burning right here. Stuff that he had got me. The little that he had got me. He didn't give me much. He done goofed, and I'm tired of it. And I wish you guys were here to see this and get this on camera. But I have it on the fire, and that's just what it is. And Tony's gone, okay? And I said, okay, girl. So that's what happened. We saw the video footage of Angela burning all of the little bit of stuff that he gave her. It was a small little pile too, okay? So we get the WeTV cameras there, okay? And we're like, girl, what happened, okay? So she said that Tony, one day Tony was on his phone way too much, and she was like, he up to something, okay? He is up to something. So she had, when he fell asleep, she went in his phone, okay? And she did something very investigative I've never heard before, okay? He had a lock on his phone, and so what she did is she took out his SIM card and put it in her phone. I was like, I guess it's just something simple, but you would never think of it. I was like, girl, okay, you should be a detective, okay? So she took out his SIM card and put it into her phone, and what she found out was what we hadn't seen the last episode, before this episode, that Tony's working at the motel, and while Tony is working at the motel, he lets girls stay there for free, so if they do a little something for him, okay? And that's pretty much what was happening. She saw all of that in the text messages. The WeTV camera zoomed in on the phone so we could see her scrolling and stuff like that. I was like, wow, Tony, wow. I mean, what we already do, girl, okay? We just wanted Angela to find out. Angela found out, okay? She said WeTV then zoomed in on her, on the ashtray, and there's like 16 cigarette butts in there. That's the thing, that's when Angela's really stressed, okay? Because she smokes, okay? She was, I saw all the text messages, and I'm done with Tony this time, and and we're like, girl, are you done? Okay, she said he was messing with, ladies of the night and whatnot, and ladies who partake in extracurricular activities of the drug spectrum. And yes, and she, they was doing their business in the motel rooms, and Tony was letting them stay in there for free for, what they could do for him, So she says she's done. She says that she acted like everything was cool, this morning when Tony went to work, but she said after Tony gets off, then she gonna let him have it, okay? So the next scene, we see Tony on the motorcycle coming back home. Okay, we see him pull up, and he comes in the house, and you can tell, so he knows something up, okay? He comes in the house like, hey, hi, babe, I'm off of work. Oh my gosh, hi, can I get a hug or a kiss or something, please? Okay. And he sees Angela sitting there with them cigarette buzz, like, no, Tony, go ahead and sit down on the couch right there. Go ahead and sit down on the couch right there, Tony. We have to talk, okay? So he's like, what's wrong, boo? Okay. And so she's like, Tony, I'm done. The engagement is off. The wedding is off. There'll be no wedding. I'm tired, Tony. Okay? And the best thing for you to do right now is to leave. Okay? And he's like, no. No, what are you talking about? Of course we're getting engaged. What? What are you? Oh my gosh, girl. What's wrong? Okay? And she's like, I done saw all your messages in your phone. I done saw all the things he was telling these girls and all this stuff. And I down it, and he's like, dang, she went through my phone. Dang. I thought the lock would work, okay, but it didn't, boo. Okay, so you thought she was older and didn't know how to use phones, okay, but she does, okay. So he's like, girl, I was just flirting with them girls. I was just flirting with all of them girls in my phone. It wasn't nothing serious. I was just, we was flirting back and forth. It's just really innocent. Okay, it's really innocent, okay. And she was like, Tony, stop telling me all these lies, all these things I didn't sacrifice for you, Tony. I didn't sacrifice for you, Tony. I did all these things for you, Tony. I'm so tired of it, Tony. I'm just so tired of it, Tony. I'm so tired of it. Get out of my house. I don't want to see you anymore, Tony. Get out of my house. I'm done, okay? And so he's like, she, at one point, she flicks him on the ear. She's so upset. She just flicks the man on the ear, okay? And she's like, get out of my house, okay? And he's like, don't touch me. And she's like, you know what? So she starts touching him again. And he's like, you're being really childish. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you. You say I'm being childish. And you out here just, doing whatever and whatnot at the motel, okay? And so he's like, you can't throw me out because I have nowhere to go. So Angela was like, okay. You ain't got nowhere to go? Okay. Hey, Beth, Candy, I have Tony right here. I'm Tony's girl. I have him right here. Can he come over there by you? And the girl was like, sure, yeah, bring him over. That's fine. Cool, great. We'll have a party. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Yeah, bring him over, okay? So Angela was like, okay, girl. You got somewhere to go now. You can get up out of my house. You got somewhere to go, okay? So Tony's like trying to calm her down. He's doing the best he can to calm. All the same tricks and tactics that he used before to calm her down aren't working right now. So he's getting a little upset. He's like, look, this is the place I have to be. It's my parole place. That's the place that he listed on his parole papers. I'm not exactly sure how it all works, y'all. But it's the place that the police know that he's going to be at, where he's, they want him to be at. So if he's not there, then that's a problem, I'm guessing, okay? So, so he tells us, he's like, Angela's really mad, but, it's going to take a little while, but I'll calm her down. Like, she'll come around, okay? And I'm like, she probably will, okay? She probably will, okay? From what we've seen of Angela, she probably will come around, okay? She gonna get lonely, and she gonna be like, Tony, what's up, baby? I miss you. I didn't forgave you for all of that. I'm good. Come on back home, boo, okay? Hopefully Tommy sees this, and he tries to swoop in and get with Angela before Tony, brainwashes Angela again, and, to bring him back in the house. So hopefully, Tommy, this is your chance. Do what you gotta do, whatever, okay? So she kicks Tony's stuff out, and that's it, okay? So I don't know. So will she bring Tony back in the house? Will Tommy be there next episode? I don't know, y'all. We have to see. We have to wait and see, okay? So that was Angela and Tony. Then we get to the three amigos, three musketeers, three blind mice, Megan, Michael, and Sarah, okay? So last time, y'all, we know that Michael, so the cover was up. We knew that Megan knew that Sarah was pregnant with Michael's child, and that they were still talking, or they were still married while he was talking to Megan. Everybody done found out about everything, okay? So, yeah, Michael had said that he only wanted to get married to Sarah so that he can see his kids. And Sarah was like, say less. So she's like, we don't have to be together. We can file for divorce, okay? So, and then after that, he said he was going to be on his way to Texas to see Megan after he got untethered, off of his, ankle monitor, okay? So that's where we are now. So the scene opens up, and we have Michael in the car driving from the airport to go to Megan's house, okay? And we saw last episode, too, that he got a phone call and was like, hey, what's up? Hey, Michael, what you doing? I'm just here with the kids playing in the park. Oh, really? That's good. Okay. All right. I can't talk right now, though. Hold up. Okay. All right. Bye. And so we're like, who is that? Who is that? Okay. And so the producers are like, who is that? Who is that? And he's like, oh, that's just the female that had called my phone. And you know, she called it the wrong time, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, what? Okay, so obviously Michael has other girls. Okay, so we're just waiting for that information to be brought back to Sarah and Megan. Okay, at this point. Okay. So he makes it to Megan's house, and you know, he knocks on, hey, what's up, boo? What's up, boo? And she's like, oh my gosh, let's go outside because my daddy can't stand you. So let's go talk right here on the front porch where he can see us from the window, okay? And so they start to talk, and she's like, why are you here? Because they haven't been talking in a while. But she's extremely excited to see him. We can tell, okay? So he's like, you know, I just wanted to apologize to you and to everybody and your daddy, all of them, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I had really messed up, and I had realized since, you know, we had been talking for 2 years, and I miss you and Boo Boo, and I want to talk to you again, and that's just what it is, boo. What's up? Okay. And she's like, you know, there's like, I want to believe you, but you had a whole relationship and a baby with Sarah behind my back and stuff like that. And then he's like, he still, you know, he forgave her. He's like, I was a big person. I forgave her for talking to my homeboy when I was in jail or whatever. And she wasn't really talking to his homeboy. I think she gave the man a kiss, okay? But this man had a whole baby and a whole marriage on this girl. So we're like, okay. So she's like, basically, she's like, girl, I'm gonna take you back. I'm going to take you back. I'm just putting on for the cameras and for you. And so when my daddy sees this, he doesn't think I'm stupid. So, yeah. So let me see if I'm missing anything. Oh, he tells her, he's like, you know, oh, he tells us on the cameras during the little interview. He's like, me and Megan, you know, I want to be with her because there's just a force that we can't let go. It's just a magnetic field that we can't let go from each other. We got to be together, okay? I said, you know what? This man, this man will say anything. He will say anything, okay? So, yeah. He tells Megan that him and Sarah had filed for a divorce. And she's like, okay, where's the papers? And he's like, girl, I didn't bring them with me or whatever. Okay, so we're like, did they file for divorce? The next scene, we cut to Sarah, okay, with their 2 kids. And she says that her and Michael are still legally married, but they're separated. So Michael lying already, okay? So the daughter, she's talking to her daughter or whatever, and she's also talking to us on the interview, and she's like, the last 2 years have really affected her, you know, being married but legally separated from her husband Michael, okay? So, she's talking to her little daughter, Aviana, and she's like, Boo Boo, you wanna FaceTime your daddy? And she's like, Aviana's like, yeah, but he's not gonna pick up the phone. He never pick up the phone. And I was like, wow, okay, wow. First, wow, okay. So she's like, yeah, but you know, you can try and see if he picks up this time. And so the daughter like FaceTimes him, and then she like lets it ring for like maybe a half a second and then hangs up. And she was like, that's good for him. I'm gonna do him like that. You know, that's good for him. And I was like, wow, poor little baby, okay. And so Sarah's like, you want me to act like I'm your daddy, you know, and we can have like a FaceTime phone call? And she's like, yeah, okay. So Sarah goes into like the next room, and Aviana's talking. She's like, hey, daddy, I miss you. When are you coming to come and get me? And Sarah's like, I can't right now, boo-boo, but, you know, I'm going to come see you soon or whatever. And it was just heartbreaking to see, okay? Sarah tells us that Michael does not support financially, and he barely sees his daughter, okay? I mean, you know, this is just her side of saying it, but, I mean, I do kind of believe her, okay? So, because he is just ripping and running to go see Megan and to go see all these other people and to have all these girls and everything, but is he seeing his child? I don't know. What do y'all think? You know, whatever. So, Yeah, she says that she can contribute financially. It's not a problem. She can take care of her children by herself. But the part that hurts her the most is that he is never there to see her physically. So yeah. So the next scene, we go back to Michael and Megan, and they go to dinner with her best friend B. Okay, we've seen B before. B stares a lot. He stares like this. Okay, so that's what he does whenever Michael sits down. He's like, he didn't know that Michael was gonna be at the dinner, so he's already surprised. So he's like, what? Okay. So B starts asking Michael questions or whatever, like, basically, how are you in a relationship with Sarah and with her? And Michael was like, I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, but I don't have to prove nothing to you. Yeah, okay. B tells the cameras that Megan can do way better than forehead. He calls Michael forehead. And I was like, Michael does have a big forehead, but I mean, you got a big forehead too. So, I mean, B tells Michael that he's looking at this situation on an analytical level and that, he don't want his friend to get hurt, basically. And Michael, we get a one-on-one interview with Michael, and Michael's like, I don't know who he think he's talking to, but I don't have to prove nothing to him. I don't know, like, that's cute that they have a relationship and a friendship, but that didn't get nothing to do with me. And I was like, well, okay. Y'all keep trying to get Michael to care. Michael does not care, okay? So anyway, of course, Megan saves the day, and she's like, it's not, I'm just so glad that he came down here for me and is even willing to talk to you, B, so we can move past this and forward, so we can all, turn the page. So that was them, y'all. So next we get to Marcelino and Brittany. Not too much happened with them. She says her and Marcelino are doing great. We know that they already had a baby girl, and she says that she is 14 weeks pregnant. She's pregnant again, and this is going to be their second child together, okay? She goes to do an ultrasound or whatever, and she tells us that they are surprised that they got pregnant because she was on birth control. It's a lot of surprise pregnancies, okay? They don't want to know the gender. They tell her, like, just put in an envelope, and we don't want to know right now, okay? The lady asks, like, how many, like, what child is this going to be? Like, what's the number of children that she's had? She tells her that she's had 5 kids, okay? So we already knew that Brittany, whenever she was a teenager, she had 2 kids, a boy and a girl, but she gave them up for adoption, okay? And so then she had, I forgot the little boy name, with Tito, okay? The little boy she had with Tito, and now she has 2 girls with Marcelino. So that's 5 kids in total, okay? So she says that, it was hard for her to give up her first 2 kids up to adoption, but she says it was the best thing for them at the time. And okay. She said she's now at a place now where she wants to look for them. So that's really good, okay? She also says that she has 100% custody of Gino. That's the little boy's name, Gino, okay? She has 100% custody of Gino, and Tito, he got his visitation suspended. So that's what it is, okay? The next clip we have of them is they have a little commercial clip, and they're telling their son Gino that he's going to be a big brother again. It was cute, okay? So that's all that really happened with them. Not too much. Then we get to Andrea and Lamar, okay? So Andrea is back in Utah. We know from where it left off that her and Lamar, she tried to basically kidnap Lamar and bring this man to Utah, and he didn't want to have it. He keeps telling this girl he wants to live in LA. So he drove back to LA and she stayed in Utah, and that's how it's been, okay? So she goes to a sip and see with, her friends. One of her friends had a baby. That's like their equivalent of like a baby shower. They drinking some lemonade and some tea, okay? And they're gonna look at the baby. So she says she's happy to be back in Utah. She says her and Lamar are still married, but she hasn't seen him since he's left Utah. Okay, which has been a long time. Okay. Her best friend is there, Michelle. We know Michelle, okay? She says that it is absurd that her and Lamar live in 2 different states and they're married. Okay, you know, Michelle always got something to say. Okay, so she's sitting there with her friends or whatever, and she said it's good to be with her friends and back with her friends because she couldn't make friends in LA because she basically was insulting all of Lamar's family. Okay, so she tells them, her friends, that the reason why her and Lamar are still together, like the main reason why they're still together, is because her youngest child, Priscilla, is for Lamar. Okay, Priscilla is 5 years old. She says she's been with Lamar for 7 years. Okay, and that so her friends are confused. They're like, okay, so like y'all weren't married, so y'all couldn't get conjugal visits. And one of her friends was like, yeah, y'all weren't married, so y'all couldn't have conjugal visits. So what was it? How'd y'all do it? She just starts hollering, and I was like, girl, what are you hollering for? Okay. But anyway, Andrea whispers to Michelle. She was like, girl, it was we had paid for some closet time. Okay, so they had paid for some closet time to be intimate. Okay, which is illegal. Okay, so if he was on parole, he could be punished for it, but he's off parole now, which is why she says it's okay that she told her friends that basically she had gotten pregnant while he was in jail and had Priscilla, who is 5 years old now. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why she stayed with this man. We see Michelle. Michelle is like, this is disgusting. She basically had her baby in the closet. It is weird. It is disgusting. Okay, Michelle always has something to say bad about Andrea. I don't know why they friends. Okay, I don't know why they friends. Okay, so that was pretty much it for Andrea and Lamar. Then we get to Lacey, Shane, and John. Okay, I know y'all was getting me together in the comments for saying okay all the time. This is how I talk, y'all. Okay, so I cannot change that, but I still love y'all. Okay, so then we get to like I said, Lacey, Shane, and John. Shane says that he has hit the lotto with Lacey. He's in love with Lacey. Whatever. They're at a fertility clinic because she had got her tubes tied after she had her last baby. And so they want a baby now. So she has to get them untied, okay? So that's what they're talking about. The lady's like asking them questions. She asked them how often they're intimate. And then Shane says they're intimate 5 to 10 times a day. I said, girl, y'all playing for the cameras. Y'all playing for the cameras. Stop lying to us, okay? The doctors say that they can do that, you know, and the chances of her, they can untie her tubes, and the chances of her getting pregnant are like 60 to 80 to 90%? Something like that, 80 to 90%. But she'll have to have surgery. And the doctor says they're also a non-surgical procedure, so she can have IVF. And they can do that, and it's the same percentage chances of getting pregnant. So one of the two, okay? The doctor asked Shane, like, you know, why he wants to be a dad. He's like, yeah, I want to be a dad. I want to have a boy. If we have a girl, we're just going to keep on trying, okay? So this man is 22 years old, okay? And we're like, are you sure you want to have a baby? We don't trust you, okay? The doctor's like, I don't know if he's mature enough. I don't know if this is what he really wants, okay? And I'm like, I don't know. So the next scene, we see them packing up. They're living in like a rental house, and they're going to be moving into a real house since they want to get pregnant and have babies and stuff like that. So they start fighting because Lacey is upset because he is not helping to pack up anything, and the house is a mess and whatnot, and he is just drinking and pouring it up, okay? So she's like, can you, like, you know, get some of this stuff together for the movers or whatever? He's like, girl, that's why they're here, so they can move and stuff like that. And so she gets frustrated. And she says that he's like, can you help? And she's like, no, I can't help. I paid for everything, so I shouldn't have to help, okay? And I was like, well, yeah, okay. So then she goes and sneaks off to like a different corner of the house, and she says that John had texted her the night before and was like, I miss you, like I can't live life without you and whatnot. And so she says that she's worried now because his phone is off. So she's worried that he could be doing like harming himself or something. So she doesn't want to tell Shane because she's scared that it will mess up her marriage or Shane will get upset or whatever. Okay. So she calls one of her best friends, Miranda, and she's like, girl, I'm scared for John. Like, I'm scared he's going to hurt himself or whatever. And Miranda's like, girl, you're married. That's not really your problem, okay? So that was this episode, you guys. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Tell me how many times I said okay in this video. I don't know. It's probably a lot, okay? I love you guys. Give me a thumbs up. It helps the video a lot. Share it if you share it on your platforms or whatever. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.